Welcome back into basketball here at Open Spaces Sports. Clint Cox and Aim Baird for this JV boys matchup. Let's see some of those starters out here, starting with the Western Plains. Healy Bobcats. Number 13 is Trey Jones, is a 5'6" sophomore, as well as number 20, Hunter Wick, is a 5'9" sophomore. Number 11 there, jumping center, Rodrigo Maldonado, is a 6' sophomore. Number 24 out there, Leo Garnett, is a 6' sophomore.
Leo Garrett.
Garrett.
Yep.
And who am I missing? Number 23.
David Krause.
5'9" freshman. So 4 sophomores and a freshman going to start here in the JV game for the Bobcats. Northern Valley will go with a little bit of an elder statesman, you could say, on the JV side. Number 25, the old man of the crew, Brody Preston, is a 5'11" senior, as well as Gabe Rudd is a 6'3" senior. Those two out there. Then we'll go down to the junior, number 12, 6'1" junior, Caden Lowry. And then 2 sophomores get the start here tonight. Number 15 is Owen Hammond. He's a 6' sophomore. And number 5 is a 6' sophomore, Gavin Tallheim. You were able to go down there and speak real quickly with head coach Jeff Michael Jones. What did he have to say?
It was pretty fast and furious just as I got down there, and we got through pronunciations on a couple names on the roster there. The team was coming over and getting ready, so I wanted to make sure they had that time to kind of game plan, because they're going against one of the better JV teams they're probably going to see in the league in Northern Valley. So not a lot coming into this one that I got from him, but we do know that they have some depth. We're going to play 3 quarters of action here. If you look there, we're going to be in that second quarter. That's not a mistake, so we're going to get kind of the hockey style, 3 periods. So.
Oh, yeah. Didn't even consider that as an option.
No penalty box, though. Wouldn't that be something?
Well, that would actually, and nice to see that we got some fresh legs or fresh stripes on the court. Northern Valley going to go with a 3-man crew in this game, as trying to break in another official, and that is Clay Preston making his first appearance officiating, trying to get some more blood into this sport for officiating. Of course, Riley Sides has been doing it a long time, but not near as long as Big Al Woodside down there on the baseline.
Yeah, and they might be JV refs out here, but really they call it about as clean as anybody that I see all over the state. So hats off to them being out here, giving their time to do this for the kids, and another way to just give back to the game we love of basketball.
Offense is running at full steam here for Northern Valley. Usually a quick shooting team is running through this offense quite a bit. And, you know, we talked about the Acacia implementing the possibility of a shot clock next year. This is the first time this JV team would have ever needed it. Second shot up by Owen Hammond on the offensive glass comes up short as well, and we're still knotted at zeros.
Yeah, and we've seen that a couple times in these JV games. Is a lot of times it takes them a little bit of time to get off the ground, but in other games they score in the first 5 seconds. I thought we were going to have our first score of the game, but Brody Preston comes down with that one, gets called for the travel. So we stay knotted at 0 here. We got Jacob Franco is going to check into the game. He's a 5'9" junior for Western Plains Healy.
And like that, you get a very experienced call there from Big Al. If 2 members of your team hold on to the ball at the same time, neither one of you can take a step. Gavin with the rip, and a lay-in will knock the can off of that basket.
Yep, absolutely. And they're going to go with a little bit of half-court zone pressure here, an extended zone, trying to make life hard for the backcourt of Western Plains Healy. We see this a lot in both these JV and varsity games. They like to pester those guards and try to create turnovers and score in bunches.
Inside, Franco with a nice strong move. No, that's not Franco. That's Garrett.
That's going to be Leo Garrett going up strong there into contact. You love to see that. They kind of got tied up their last trip down the floor, and it ended up being a travel. But the ball handler this time, as it looked like they had really good clamp on the ball, but he goes up strong with that one, forcing the refs to make that call. No good on that first attempt.
Another substitution coming into the game as Hunter Wick will come back and Kraus will sit. Second one off the front iron is no good. Gavin will set the offense. Quickly over to Hammond. Baseline floater up, airballed on it. Need to have a lot more arch if you're going to shoot a floater like that, don't you?
Yeah, it's a really tough angle. You have no backboard to work with. You're kind of coming in behind that rim right there. And we've seen him make that shot before. He's definitely got the skills to do it, but that's a tough one to be your first shot of the game and kind of shake off the rust with.
Into the corner, pestered by Lowry. Now they got him stopped way deep inside. They'll flip it up. Gabe Rudd slaps it out. Now it goes back to Franco, and they'll reset the offense here with Mara. Northern Valley continuing to pester. And another forced turnover there by Gavin Tallheim stepping into that passing lane.
Yeah, Jones, it was because Tallheim stepped in that passing lane. Jones had to second guess himself and lost that pivot foot, leading to the turnover.
Still in that 2-3 zone, the Bobcats have had all game long. And interception of that pass by Kraus, and Hammond unforcibly fouled him, trying to just go right through him for the basketball.
Yeah, and a skip pass can be a really good way to break a zone, but they were all ready for that one. All eyes were on Gabe Rudd, and you got to throw a quarterback like Dot over the defender if you want to get that pass done.
Inside, nowhere to go. Hell ball situation as multiple teams had it. It'll stay here with the Bobcats. And yet another man off the bench over the boards checking in. This is like you mentioned earlier, hockey. They are substitution on every
line changes, right?
Yeah, substitution on every time the puck goes the other direction. I've never asked, Aim, are you a hockey fan?
I don't know if you can call me a hockey fan. I don't really understand everything that's going on, but I do enjoy watching in person when I'm able to go. I wish I knew what was going on. Maybe if I had a team and some allegiance to somebody, I could get behind it. And obviously when the Stanley Cup's on, you just got to watch every playoff.
You got to get in there and watch a little playoff hockey, even for the sports enthusiasts. If you've never watched it, it is worth tuning in.
Yeah,
even though you can tell the intensity,
fast-paced,
even if you don't know the sport whatsoever.
And I've never done it, but I would say just watching, and I've tried to ice skate before, that probably might be one of the most exhausting sports on the face of the earth.
Rudd with his first two of the night, just 4-0 here halfway through this first quarter. Northern Valley leads.
And so far in this one, I'd say that it's probably playing into the hands of Western Plains Healy. They're kind of playing more patient basketball. They're not letting Northern Valley turn this into a track meet on them and get away. So I would say that this is probably leaning into the game plan more of Western Plains in this one, if they can get out of this quarter and kind of keep the lid on this Northern Valley offense that can be just kind of like a fire starter sometimes. It can really take off and scorch you.
So this 2-3 zone is what's really fueling it. They've done well at executing and moving and making sure there was no open shots. Gavin's going to put one up there. Offensive rebound now by Hammond. But this 2-3 defense has been effective so far.
Yeah, those guards that are sitting at that high post right there are doing a really nice job extending and then getting back. And they're not allowing a lot of gaps for the Northern Valley guards to really slash them up. Thought Rudd was going to come down with an offensive board there, but Western Plains ends up with it going the other way. Coach Jones over there calling for the offense to be run with some intensity right now, and there they get their first bucket on a nice offensive rebound from David Kraus.
David, just a sophomore. No, excuse me, that David's just a freshman.
Big rebound there from Franco.
And he'll have to bring it up himself, just trailing by 2 in this one. And it feels like if you just continue to let them hang around, they're going to start making a few shots. They haven't got that many shots up, period. It's been a difficult time against this Northern Valley man-to-man. Been very physical like that play out front.
Yeah, and I thought Owen Hammond probably could have been called for a bump right there.
Filling up your car or pickup, or fuel delivery, or an oil change, you can trust the friendly people at the Home Oil Company. Home Oil Company of Almena supports the Northern Valley Huskies in academics and athletics.
What a shot from Owen Hammond to knock in a three-pointer. That's really the first outside attempt we've seen all evening from this junior varsity set. Kraus gets tied for a travel out front.
Yeah, and that was a really good shot selection there from Owen Hammond. We saw him kind of shoot that three ball a lot more his last couple of years, but this year he's kind of pulled that back a little bit and trying to have more of a presence going to the rim. But if he can hone in that outside shot, if he gets going, he could be dangerous with that jump, that athletic ability that he has. He can jump like a deer, but if he can hit that outside shot as well, he's going to be a pretty well-rounded guard.
Tallheim tried a touch pass, but Maverick was going backwards, and Gavin had it going forwards. Ended up in the out-of-bounds relatively quickly. Here's Joe's Murrah to start it. Hammond gambled, but his teammates picked him up on the defensive end. They'll get it back to Trey Jones, puts it up and slapped down by Hammond. Got a little too much arm, a little too much body. He gets to go shoot 2 free throws coming for Mr. Trey Jones.
Yeah, it didn't keep going straight up and down. He came down on the ball handler there, and once he slid off the ball, he got onto the arms of Jones, excuse me.
It was almost like he was going for another humongous block when he could probably block that shot and keep it in play without as much effort. And he would have had a block shot. When he went for the big one, it cost him a foul. That one will go off a Bobcat somehow, some way, and go over to the Huskies.
Yeah, and if you tuned into a couple of those Stockton games that we had on Tuesday, it was probably the most blocks we've seen out of both the JV and the varsity this season on the boys' side of things and the girls' side of things.
Yeah.
So both of them, maybe still a little bit of that, just wanting that kind of that momentum shift that you get from a big block still and forcing it a little too much.
Hammond lays one up, no good. Has that one blocked on the back from Gavin. Now Gavin will reset it back to Brody up high.
That was Mara with the quick hands, not allowing Gavin with the finish there. And a really nice runner from Owen Hammond slipping around the defense.
That one did have a little bit more arch on it. A lot less of a laser and went directly in.
Yeah, it's a very finesse shot when you do a runner.
Mara with it out high. He's going to go for a skip pass all the way over to Kraus. Tries to go baseline. It'll be fouled on the drive. I think it's on the floor. Yep, Big Al says it's on the floor. We'll play it in underneath. Clay Van Patten now in the game. Brody Preston will take a seat with 48 ticks left to go here in this first quarter. Northern Valley up 9-2.
Had the man they were looking for on that inbounds play, but that window closed immediately. Too strong on that shot from the short corner once again, and it goes off a Bobcat last. Could have been a pretty nice loose ball if they could have gathered it up for Western Plains, because it looked like Northern Valley thought they had it and was going the other way, but nobody had control of that thing immediately.
Connor David into the game. Knocked in his first three-pointer of the season in the last game out in the JV matchup against Stockton Tigers. Into the lane goes Hammond, but a foul on the floor, I believe. A hold will get on Kraus on Hammond's trip to the floor. Just the first foul against the Bobcats here in this one, so they will not shoot it. Hammond thought about a three. Over to Tallheim, now to David.
David getting pestered in the corner there by Garrett.
6 seconds left to go in this one. Gavin to the rim. He'll put it in with 3 seconds left. Will they get one off? 2, 1. Make sure you get it on. Oh. Didn't get
I was
the shot.
ready for that one, too.
We were not going to miss another buzzer beater all year long. We promise here at Open Spaces Sports, and we promise to bring you. Oh, that is halftime.
Yeah, just like hockey. Like
wow. Okay, I messed that one up. We'll go to our sponsors and get your scoring. 15-minute halftime there.
Both Both these teams just want to get back after it.
Felt like an eternity, especially after we just played one quarter of basketball. So everybody is well rested and ready to go here in this second half. Brody Preston, Owen Hammond fires this three. Caden Lowry, Gavin Tallheim, and Gabe Rudd to start for Northern Valley here in this second half. Starters for Western Plains. Healy look like this. 22 is Tate Burrow. Joe's Mara. Rodrigo Maldonado. Hunter Wick. Trey Jones. And offensive rebound put back, no good. Gavin's going to gather that one and put it in.
Northern Valley doing a really nice job there, just collapsing towards the glass, creating second chance opportunities. You're playing at such a good clip on offense when you create extra chances for yourself like that. Western Plains, about halfway through that quarter, had it down to only a one-possession game, 4-2. It was pretty slow going, but Northern Valley able to find a little something that was working there before we went to that halftime break to extend their lead to 9.
And that in-rhythm three, I don't mind from Owen, but came up short. Brody back into the corner for Gabe, trying to make it happen off the bounce. A little different step, but now yet another offensive rebound for Northern Valley, just beating the Bobcats up, like you said, Aim.
Yeah, and this is where Northern Valley, both in their JV and on their varsity, they like to show off those athletes, and even their guards get in on the rebounding action. They got a lot of guys that they can kick it out to and hit those shots. It makes them really hard to shut down. This is going to go off of Gavin last.
Checking into the game, I believe that's Kraus. Excuse me, Leo Garrett, number 24. Northern Valley started everything in a man-to-man in that first half, has now moved to, no, they're still in a man-to-man. Thought he moved to a zone against Stockton. These boys played a zone the entire night out.
Needs to go help him. He finally gets the ball away. That's to Leo Garrett.
Swatted out of there by Gabe Rudd. Now have to restart this possession. Nice, beautiful move by Tate Burrow, but he couldn't make the bucket after he created his own shot off the dribble.
Yeah, really nice take right there. You'd almost love to see him use even more of that space and be aggressive. Take it all the way to the hoop and maybe even get a foul call.
Brody Preston with his first shot of the evening after 2 nights ago scoring 27 in the JV game.
Yeah, against Weskin he had a night where it felt like he just could not miss. A couple players get tied up there. Ball thrown away. Gavin's got it. He tried to get a little too cute with it, though, and gives it back to the Bobcats.
A little too cute. If you ask his dad, that might be a lot too cute. And he's got another steal. He's got Lowry out in front. Lowry up for the layup and puts it in.
And I think I say this every single game, but I cannot say enough how fun it's been to watch Caden Lowry grow into his role.
I missed him the last couple nights, to be honest with you. Does a great job over there.
Really likes to bring the energy here in the doghouse. This place is going to be exciting tonight. We got some good basketball coming up still on tonight's slate. We got the varsity girls after this and then the varsity boys. Both teams now on a winning streak. So if you're a Northern Valley fan, that's something to be excited about.
Yeah, Northern Valley boys on the varsity side still undefeated on the season, #1 ranked team in the state for their class. And the Lady Huskies have put together 2 consecutive wins. Shot was no good by Maldonado. Northern Valley's checked in a couple subs, Maverick Rogers and Connor David into the game. Good pump fake by Gabe Rudd, getting the defense just to move enough and then elevate over the top of them and score.
Yeah, it was really stout defense down there on the block, but that's kind of the athleticism showing its teeth for Gabe Rudd. He can just rise over the top of you even if you do everything right. Sometimes he still gets you beat.
This Bobcat offense is freeing some players up for some open looks, but They're not moving right there. That basketball was 1 second late. Otherwise, the kid's got a layup, and it turns into a turnover because it was just that little bit late.
Yeah, it's an incremental game where you miss that by a split second like you're talking about. You're talking about the difference between a 2-point basket and transition the other way.
Tallheim going to skip past for Maverick Rogers. Thought about a three. Will now dribble in. Now back to Lowry. Penetration by Tallheim will get all the way inside, floated up. No good on the roll side of it. Connor David stepped into the passing lane, almost had a steal of his own. Substitution, Clay Van Patten in. Lowry to sit. As well for the Bobcats, we'll bring in Mira and number 25, the big man. Did you get a name on that one?
Vojta Volek.
Vojta Volek. Where is Vojta from? Because I do not believe that would be Utica Hanston or Utica Healy or Bazine or Ransom.
Coach Jones didn't tell me that. He's trying to keep his transfer portal pipeline in his back pocket. Doesn't want to share that information with us,
I could be wrong, but I don't remember.
Vojta Volek last year.
I do not remember Vojta Volek last year.
He's got good size at 6'1". Definitely going to be an enforcer there in the middle and make you think about your shot going over the top of him.
Bobcats will play it in underneath with Burrell. As they swing that basketball all the way around, Burrell's got an open three-pointer. Just comes up short and did not follow his shot, and that ball will get out of bounds.
Yeah, Tate Burrell's had a couple really solid looks here. He just hasn't got them to fall. He's just been off by just a little bit here. I'm sure we're going to see him play some time in that varsity game as well, so hopefully he can get the rust shaken off now because they're really going to need that outside shot the rest of the night as well.
Good pester into the basketball, almost led to a steal, and now it will lead to a steal. Oh, they're going to get Mr. Volak for the push on Van Patten. So Mav will play it in underneath. He slaps the basketball, looks into the corner for Gavin. Tries to drive baseline, a lot of contact there.
That's Mr. Volak again, playing middle linebacker there in the middle.
Well, that could be why we have not seen him until now. He's going to pick up 2 quick fouls. Maybe Coach Jones is going to talk to him or not, I don't know. Trey Jones checking in. Oh, Volak's going to stay on the floor.
Tallheim trying to work against Garrett over there on the side.
Bad pass by Gavin. Somehow, someway, Owen saves it from him, but now it's going to go off of Owen and into Bobcats' possession. The ball goes. (18-2). Northern Valley in the lead in this one. 2:30 to go here in this third quarter. We only played 1 quarter out of the first half of this game. We're going to have a combined game of 3 quarters. Going baseline as Mira has it swatted out of there, but a foul. 2 shots coming for Joes.
And that's kind of what we were talking about a little bit earlier, especially when shots aren't falling for you and you're having a hard time breaking this defense and getting good looks. Obviously still trying to find a way to get back in this game. Being more aggressive and trying to get to the line is a really good recipe. And Mara shows us why right there as he sinks that first shot.
You know, Aim, I don't know what you think, but I kind of like these black dominant uniforms. They're the only uniforms that I've seen that are black dominated here on games that we do. Can you remember any more black dominant ones?
I don't think so. I'm trying to think throughout our league who would have kind of black as a main color scheme, but it's kind of Western Plains is the one that plants their flag on those black unis, and they do it well because it's that predominantly black with a little bit of red is a really, really cool way to do it, I always think.
I didn't like the red so much of it, but I love the black, if you know my true feelings. Gavin going to find David. He took something off of that pass, and this foul will go against Maverick Rogers. He took something off of it because he wanted to put it in there nice to David, but you just got to throw that ball.
Yeah, you just got to trust that your guy's going to make that catch. You don't have to think about it too much, or else you're going to leave it soft like they did right there.
Family in Phillipsburg, Logan, Long Island, Smith County Bank in Smith Center, and Solomon Valley Bank in Beloit. Member FDIC. You work hard around home, around your family,
got the defense
at your job, and you deserve some perks. Benefits like shopping and travel discounts, protection on your cell phone, roadside assistance. Perks. Today, go to agbank.bank, take a look at the brand new Perk checking account and all the special benefits perfect for someone like you. Reduce risk, save money, get your own Perk checking account. Know that today and every day, First National Bank and Trust is here for you.
Look out below. Here comes Hammond. Just with a nice little lay-in to put it up. And that's the first points there for Northern Valley in a while. You know, you had your time, Mr. Ad.
That's right. But did you see, while we were still listening to that ad read, the black unis mean a little bit of stealth there coming out of the break and catching Northern Valley sleeping for an easy bucket.
Well, you know, we love our ads a lot.
We just got back here.
You know what we need? We need a producer so that somebody other than Clint with about 10 seconds remaining in a timeout doesn't start a minute-long commercial.
Yeah, well, the way that it's set up right now is you need them in like two different playlists, 30-second commercials, 1-minute commercials for each timeout. You have to have somebody watching with binoculars to see what's called.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Are you getting into a K-State, Iowa State debate right there, buddy?
No, too soon.
No, I don't think it's too soon. I did not know Jim
too
Harbaugh
soon for me, my wounds.
Jim Harbaugh left the Michigan Wolverines and made a stop in Ames to teach him what's up before heading out to the San Diego Chargers.
I guess if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, right?
Oh, free throws coming for Voita.
It's pretty hard to make Jerome Tang that salty and that mad, so you know they really did their best to tick him off there.
So that is one thing as a basketball connoisseur. Yes, I am a K-State fan. Nice shot by Voita. Go listen to some of Coach Tang's press conferences. They're uplifting.
He's real. He's real about it. You know, he'll tell you straight how it is, but the dude definitely loves what he does, loves the game of basketball, and loves his players and the people around him. So it shows it in a lot of different ways, and that's what we want to do as well up here. You know, we're not coaching, and we definitely don't get paid near as much as him.
Jonah Black just checked into the game and just about made a three. Van Patten's three will go down. Rainmaker.
Sharp shooter.
Insurance products from home, auto, farm, business, and crop insurance. Why not stop by at Almena or Norton's locations and visit them online at equitybank.com to let them show you why equity means more.
Gabe Rudd says, get that out of my lane.
Yeah, that's one of those times where I guess he's denying the offense the ball, but he denied everyone that ball.
Swing it around, open shot is coming, and it's just going to be just long. Offensive rebound, though, by a Bobcat. Swarmed inside. They'll get the ball into the big man. Now kick back out. Shot up, no good. Gabe will wrestle for that one, and it'll stay here with the Bobcats.
They're doing exactly what they need to do. That play right there left a really nice look on the outside, and then a good rebound on the far rebound there for another good look, but they just cannot seem to keep the lid off that basket to put enough points up in this game.
Jones was ready to fire that three-pointer away, but took his eye off of it at the last second. Went through his hands. Connor David, good decision to reverse the ball. Work this zone defense side to side until you can leak one into the middle and a foul against the Bobcats there.
It's going to be Mara that picks this one up, I believe.
14 maybe.
Yep.
That is Joe's. Checking in back to the game, Mr. Franco Jacob. And Wojtek Volkic will take a seat. Connor David open for three in the corner, just long. Rebounded by Garrett. And the Bobcats will work down the sideline right there in front of Coach Jones. Northern Valley's defense has been stringent. You better get this on camera because Gabe's going to high fly through the contact and in. They'll go for the three-point play. We'll hit the replay button, Aim. What are you seeing on that?
Yeah, really nice job by Gabe. Staying strong with it there. Sometimes you can see when he's not kind of feeling comfortable in the game, he'll pull up and not trust himself to finish that one off, and you see him not get that finishing touch. But really nice work there. Knowing he was going to take a little bit of contact, but staying strong enough and good control to get that one to fall.
And a block shot on the side of the defensive end from Gabe. After he completed that three-point play, you didn't see it. We were still on a replay. Now Mav tried to go inside, stripped out of there by Mara. But now Mav's going to run one down in the corner.
Tried to save it before going out of bounds, throws it back to Jones. Was trying to get it to Preston.
Skip pass, they're going to find Jones with it. Now they'll reverse it back. Into the corner they'll go, and they'll find Krause. Franco, elbow jumper is going to be up, no good, but a nice offensive glass, and now Brody Preston's surrounded. Franco called for a hold. Hunter Wick coming back in.
As well as Clay Van Patten for the Huskies. See if they give him his change for that last three make. See him licking the fingers down there ready for it?
Oh, he's not going to give him the change, but he will make sure and take it.
You bet.
Here it is. Was ready to go, but
took a get away with the travel, but he did not.
Took an extra step. What's he keep picking up? Does he have change that he keeps putting in his waistband?
I was talking about change metaphorically, not literally. But
well, that's the second time
he's got a little bit of both.
He's picked up something and put it in his waistband twice.
Playing with lucky things.
Maybe he's got a lucky sheep's foot, or not a sheep's foot. My goodness,
a sheep's foot.
A lucky sheep's foot in his pocket.
I would be traumatized if I saw a sheep's foot hit the ground out here. Someone would be.
Wow, I had Whitney Construction on the mind.
Yeah. Doing a little dirt work for you?
Yeah, I've considered it.
Free ad read right there.
There it was. Lowry with an offensive rebound. Clay Van Patten down there looking for his, or Clay Preston looking for his first whistle of the night. And a foul will be up top. Substitutions coming in one more time. That bench continues to rotate for Coach Jeff Michael Jones.
Oh, it's Maldonado and Krause that came onto the floor for the Bobcats.
And a turnover by Gabe. And he comes away with another block shot, and it'll go off of the Bobcats' Krause, off of his leg and out of bounds.
Yeah, pretty unlucky bounce there for Krause. There's no way that he could have stopped his momentum flying through the air there when he ran into that ball.
Van Patten will go baseline, trying to lob inside to Rudd. Now a foul will go against Rudd on the loose ball action.
Yeah, it was a short pass trying to go inside to him. It didn't get deep enough inside for him to do what he wanted, but he went to go try to get that ball and ran through the Bobcat defender.
Caden Lowry stepping in and tying that basketball up and giving it right back to Northern Valley. Franco and Garrett back. .440 to go here in the quarter, in the game. Van Patten handled that hot pass from Connor David. Now kind of just turned and chucked, and that was not a good decision.
Good quick hands by David there, as I thought Franco was going to get that basket. Jump ball is called, lost his glasses. Fortunately, nobody steps on those.
Clay was right there to tear that basketball out of his hands. They're going to run the swing all the way here. Jones open for three, on the way. Going to be just long. Good offensive board. Stick back coming, no good. Franco with another offensive board. Fought for underneath, no good. A third offensive board.
I can't believe he didn't get a call there. He was hacking down on that ball, but got enough of it there that referee said it was a block.
This is the fifth opportunity that they'll have in this trip. Franco looking for inside position. Nobody was guarding. Garrett trying to get the seal inside. Floaters up and good.
That was a nice offensive possession and trip down the floor there. They created a lot of chances for themselves, and the more chances you get, you're more likely to get a bucket to fall. And we talk about that a lot with the Northern Valley boys, how they do a really nice job crashing the glass. So we definitely got to tip our hat to Western Plains that trip down and did a nice job crashing the boards. Connor David will get sent to the line here as it's the fifth foul of the quarter. So we're going to be shooting free throws for Northern Valley the rest of this 3 minutes. First shot is up, comes off the front iron, but falls in.
Connor with his first points of the night.
Jonah Black will check into the game for Gabe Rudd.
I do not believe they do the 30-point running clock in JV, do they?
Probably, but I don't think we're gonna have to worry about it.
No, not quite.
Sitting at 18 right now.
My math is bad as I'm struggling already tonight.
We'd have to see him start to make it rain for sure if we're going to get to that 30-point running clock. Caden Lowry, nice job hustling back on defense there and just standing tall in front of the shooter, stealing that ball away. Thrown away, though, trying to make a little too much happen. Didn't show the patience that they needed that trip down and give it back to Western Plains.
Coach Ross Cole, assistant coach Ross Cole in charge of this JV boys, assigning his kids all the way with a scoop shot, no good. Could have had some contact with a whistle there. Will end up in a jump ball, and it goes back to Northern Valley.
They've enjoyed having Connor David back the last few games. He didn't play before, I believe, that Wheatland Grinnell game, which was just 4 games ago, as he was coming back off of a knee injury that kept him out of both football and the start of this season. But he's just another piece of depth that they can use in that rotation, and another ball handler that Coach Cole and Coach Sides can kind of groom up over there to really handle this Northern Valley offense and help keep some pressure on the backcourts that they love to do so much against their opponents.
It's another piece to the future. I mean, that's what your junior varsity is supposed to be about, is building for the future. And Connor David, certainly a part of that, just a freshman this year. Put together a really good season last year in 8th grade for that team that was spectacular, and a lane violation as the Bobcats came into the lane from the 3-point line.
Yeah, tried to jump the gun there, and the shot didn't fall anyway, but they do not get a chance at a rebound.
Maverick up high. Now Connor will dribble hand off to him. Maverick shot a little wide. With 2:30 to go. And an offensive foul will be called against Mr. Leo Garrett, trying to get position there. Knocked little Mav to the ground.
I think he got Jonah Blackus, who it ended up being, wasn't it? But he's been leaning into Caden Lowry, who's a little harder to shove around than Maverick Rogers and Jonah Black, and definitely used too much force that time around. Van Patten's shot is just off its mark.
Swinging around, thought about it, 8-3. Now they'll go into the corner. 3 will go up. Short on that attempt. Maverick with a defensive board. It's going to be swatted out of his hands. Northern Valley will get it back on the possession.
Really trying to jump those passing lanes to get some transition points. You love to see that even though points have been pretty hard to come by for the Bobcats in this one, they have not slowed down their effort at all. And have really, you know, if shots were falling, we'd be talking about a lot closer ball game. They've had some good looks at it. They just haven't got near the percentage that they need to look for on those looks to really bring this thing into a couple of possessions. Black doing a nice job in the backcourt there. They get it by just before that time expires.
Mira going to go inside now. Open shot is no good. Franco with a big board, and he'll stick it. Oh, I thought that one was going to go. Caden Lowry rips that rebound down. Nothing more than more praises. You like to say more flowers to Caden Lowry.
That's what the kids say these days, Clint.
Is it? I'm not enough kid.
Sure aren't.
I kind of feel like it sometimes, other than today, right now.
Other than your back,
my back.
So you had to sit down the whole time.
I am. Yeah, I'm sitting a lot of times.
Let me say that's what the young whippersnappers are saying today. Then for you. You still got the Jordans on up here to keep yourself young.
Well, I thought we might break them out today.
Getting them ready for league play, right?
Getting them ready for league play, and something historical might happen tonight in the boys' varsity action when it comes to some individual statistics. What a play by Black. Will knock it off of the Bobcat and keep the possession.
Got it off of the Bobcats there.
Jonah's got a smile wide after that one. See if they can feed him the basketball. You reward the defensive play with maybe a shot opportunity. This one's going to be hit away.
It was tipped, so it does not count as a backcourt violation, but they finally do get the turnover to happen.
First transition shot attempt up by the Bobcats, and they could not convert
really
it.
Just been off the mark on those shots from close range right now. A little too much sauce on that one from Lowry. Tried to rush his shot, perhaps.
And a foul will go against a pack of Huskies. Could have put it on any of them. The foul will go against Lowry. Could have gotten Black or Van Patten or Lowry. With 20 ticks left to go in this one, this could be down to our final possession. Calling for the ball inside is Garrett. He wants one. They go to the high post instead. That shot is up and good for Maldonado.
Hit his first one of the evening, I believe.
And bench is calling for Jonah to get a shot up and couldn't get it up. 27-11, Northern Valley's junior varsity will win here tonight. We'll, of course, be back with your varsity action